Hello, and welcome to episode 16 of Chapter 1. We're already off topic. 3 women, 1 podcast. We might all be a little Team Blake. I don't know. I'm Mary.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Elizabeth.
And tonight we're going to be going over chapters 16 through 30 of The Wolf King. But first, what is everyone having tonight?
We're having a snickerdoodle cobbler.
I love a
That
snickerdoodle.
Fairly fresh
Phenomenal.
out the oven.
Phenomenal.
And we're we're giving some fall vibes with a caramel pumpkin tea latte.
You're awesome.
But I wanted to mix it up because we had cinnamon tea the past 2 weeks, which weirdly would have gone great with this. But the other teas that I was thinking about wouldn't have gone with this. This was the only thing that came anywhere close. So hence the pumpkin.
This is so good. Y'all have no idea. It's so freaking good.
That's good though. Okay, your turn.
I am just doing a classic English breakfast with a little milk. And I did have ice cream, but it melted, and then I had to eat it. But I also have the cookies that I made that are your cookies that you sent in
Those
the
do
package.
not look like my cookies. Hold on, hold it
Well,
up.
well, because there was an adventure, remember?
I mean, those
taste,
do look like cookies.
they taste good. Like, they do
Okay.
taste good. They turned
Gotcha.
out okay. So
I'm
remember...
like, they look very dark.
So for our listeners, remember a long time ago when we talked about how Catherine sometimes forgets an ingredient in things like brownies? So
Egg is a brownie.
she sent some of us home.
Apparently, I put it on Elizabeth's. I thought I put it on. I don't know.
She sent us with like a cute little mason jar with the cookie, with like her cookie stuff in it, and then like a little recipe card. And on the recipe card, it was like, do the sugar, and then mine said do 1 egg and the vanilla, and then you added the rest of the dry ingredients. And I was like, that seems like not enough liquid, but I'm going to trust the process. I'm like, I don't know, maybe Catherine's got some super cool, I don't need any oil or butter recipe going on here. So I just mixed it up, and I'm like, it's very crumbly. And then I even tried to make a cookie out of it, because she's like, just roll it into a cookie. And I'm like trying to press it together. And I'm like, this is definitely not a cookie. So I finally caved.
You've seen me make cookies before, so you were probably like, this isn't how it looks like when she's made cookies.
So then I finally caved, and I texted you. And I was like, could there perhaps be?
Butter or oil. Yeah, I was mortified. Sorry. At least
So then
you
I
got
had to
there in
melt the
end.
butter, which then melted the chocolate chips, which is why they're kind of a funny color, because it like the chocolate like melted into
Oh,
them
that
a little
makes
bit. But they're still really good.
I want to say mine did have butter on it. Like, I did look
Maybe I
at
didn't.
the ingredients, like how to prep it, because I was like, oh gosh, this is real ingredients that I have to put together. I don't do that. So, like, I buy it already put together. So, I was looking at the card to see how complicated it would be, and then I didn't feel like it was complicated. I feel like I could do it. I just haven't done it.
I tried to make it simple, but I also apparently I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was mortified.
They're still
horrified.
delicious.
I'll make you something when you come to town. By the way, I invited Dwight to come hang out with us tonight for the podcast. He ghosted me. I was like, guess that's a no.
Okay, so
All right, let's get into it. So, when we ended last week, they were going to meet James, the king, but ended up, James was out of town, and they get pulled into this room with all these people, and Callum is obviously, like, very concerned about the group and tries to leave, but isn't allowed to leave. And so they end up having to go into this room with this table full of people. We meet Robert, who's there as like the stand-in for the king. And we get a little snippet of a mystery man at the end of the table that Aurora notices but is never introduced. So that's sort of how we go into this set of chapters.
No kilt.
As we go into chapter 16. No kilt in some breeches. I don't know if there's some significance to that, but no kilt. So one of the things is like one of the first things that happens in this chapter that I had me just like freaking out was that Callum specifically shields her from him. Like he like body blocks and is trying to like make sure he can't look at Aurora. And I'm like,
I
why
remember
not?
you mentioning that last week. Got me
That-
all in my feelings because I was like, Callum's her mate, and you're like, oh no.
I don't know. He's just down there.
I will
Looking
say Callum is
suspicious.
acting very mate-ish. Like, he's acting very, like, she might be his mate. I don't know if he's her mate, but the way he is acting.
But then again, couldn't that just be like Wolfie?
Yeah, like protective.
Be very Bella Swan, Wolfie claim,
It's a
Well,
little-
and there was there's way later in the set of chapters, Blake says something that we'll talk about that I feel like could be part of this, where it just lends to Callum's character. So at the table, he kind of blocks her from this mystery character at the end, who we discover later is named Blake. And Blake does antagonize her and him a little bit. He refers to her as a pet, gives her this like nickname of like Little Rabbit, which I think we all collectively went, ew. We're just like, no.
I would have spit out my tea if it was Little Kitten, though.
Later, like after they leave the room, Callum tells Aurora that Blake is the most dangerous male within the Wolf Kingdom, which also had like my little bells going off, because I'm like, what makes him the most dangerous? Is it the breeches?
it's the fact he wears pants.
He wears the pants in the kingdom.
I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna tell everybody what a bad team this team is, because these two they're trying so hard. They're biting their tongues so bad. Because over the break, some of us finished the book while others
Dang
stayed
it, Mary! I was gonna
chapter.
I was really prepared.
I'm just watching your face, and you're just like. So they're trying to stay really within the guidelines of the recap.
I felt like I was doing a good
There
job.
was too long of a break. And then when she was like, I finished it, I was like, screw it. I'm
You're like,
tired
free
of
reign.
being the good one. I'm tired of being the good one. I said, screw it.
I feel bad that it was me.
So then, so after that, they're supposed to go to this feast that evening, and which Callum's like, hey, we need to get with Blake, because he pretty much perceived that Blake probably knew who Aurora was, and they needed him to keep the secret, but also because of who he is, they knew that he could help protect Aurora while she's there, because a lot of the other wolves don't like her because she's human and don't want her
Which
there.
says a lot about Callum, that he would,
Approach
Go to
like
Blake.
his little nemesis, his little enemy, for help. But before they go down for the feast, Callum does give her a knife, which I thought was also really nice. He gives her a knife, even though it's little, and does this little like small things can be deadly, which was a cute line. I like that. And he teaches her how to use it, and we love a teach her how to like kill someone little scene.
yes.
So they plan to meet up with Blake during the feast. They do meet up with him, but Blake's like, we need to leave. There's too many eyes and ears. And they bring him to this room for privacy, which is, of course, like this room where just everybody's like getting it on.
I know. I thought that was odd because, like, aren't they all wolves and they all have like good hearing? Are we just like assuming that none of them are like multitaskers? I don't know.
I felt like that was more vampire than wolf, but I don't know. Maybe Twilight
they're-
didn't give us much.
They're like dogs. Dogs have really good hearing.
Yeah,
they've acted, I feel like, through the book that they have good hearing.
yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Especially because it didn't during the
Good hearing and good smell. They
Well,
smell.
remember
They do smell.
during like the fight or whatever, he seemed to hear her talking. Like at the beginning, the very beginning.
Oh
during
yeah,
the
like
fight.
when he was
Yeah.
in the ring fighting.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, he did. I think he did mention that he heard what she said to Sebastian and what Sebastian said to
Yeah.
her.
So like I mean my assumption when we went into that was like, is no one? I guess we're just assuming that no one cares, which I guess they didn't because it's not even heard. But still, I had thoughts. Go ahead.
As they go into that room, Callum tries to explain what that room is, and then also tries to like forewarn her that he has to treat her like she's his prisoner. And and to basically just play along because he doesn't see her that way. I was just like, okay. And then immediately when they get to Blake, he like pulls her in his lap and is like very possessive of her, which was both cute but also a little bit of a red flag for me. It's
Possessive.
I do find Callum to be very possessive.
it is revealed that Blake does know that she's the princess. And that's where I was talking about, like, they have, where Blake makes that statement about Callum. And he said that he felt like, because he said he knew that Aurora was not her prisoner, or his prisoner, because that's not who Callum is. He would never take a prisoner, that he would view her as as his savior. Like he would have rescued her because he wants to be the good guy and he wants to be the
So kind
savior.
of a point for Callum. Somewhat.
He loves a damsel in distress.
He does. Which I also thought that was pretty perceptive of Blake, because I do kind of get those vibes from Callum. Even from the very beginning when he took her from the castle, even though it does
He
get
didn't really take her. He was like, "Do you want to come?"
he gave her choice.
Yeah. There
He
was a-
also, like, even though it's revealed that, like, he's trying to exchange her for the heart of the moon or whatever, but he also very much, you could tell he's kind of like, he knew she didn't want to get married, that Sebastian's a douche, and he felt like he was, like, saving her from this marriage and this situation.
I don't know. I go back and forth on Callum because he is like a really good guy, and he stays a good guy, and he is a good guy, but he also like
he has the tendency to kind of hold her back. You know,
not in a Tamlin
you
way.
can't handle this. Let me protect you. Yeah, I guess not in a Tamlin way. Like,
Well, we
you're-
start so in these sets of chapters, we're going to start to see Callum being very protective
Yes.
and possessive. And we start to get little snippets of Blake being more like, even though he is supposed to be, I think, the villainy kind of bad guy, or at least morally gray one of the two of them, but he's the one kind of empowering her in a lot of ways, but they're just tiny ways.
Well, and also you have to remember, he's like the morally gray one of the two, but Callum at least trusted him enough or thought enough of him to seek him out to kind of team up so that no one would know who she was. He figured that Blake would at least do that.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
Blake does agree to keep her safe and to keep the secret, but he wants her to stay in this tower that's apparently near both of their rooms so he can keep an eye on him. Callum does not want this. Callum's like, you can stay in my room, which I was like, okay. But then he eventually agrees, but with one condition. And then this condition ends up being she has to wear a collar.
a dog collar.
A dog collar. And it's supposed to signify like that she's spoken for by Callum. And I was like, isn't that convenient? Because then he's also, for the longest time, she refuses to wear it when she finally does agree to wear it. Because he basically locks her in the room until she'll wear it. He's like, if you don't wear it, you can't leave the room.
Oh my God, it's getting mad at me.
And when she finally does wear it to leave, he's like, okay, now we have to act like lovers. And I'm like, you know, Callum's just over there like, now this sucks, but oh shucks.
We're lovers.
Aww.
Did I not mention that before? Sorry. Yeah.
Which I actually thought she gave into that pretty easily. I
Of
was
course
like,
she did.
oh,
Oh, so she was feeling it.
she was.
She's
I was like,
yearning.
Aurora's
The
being a little
yearning is
slutty.
happening.
Yeah.
She's like, I hate him, but I like it.
Well, she's been attracted. You could tell she's been attracted to him from the beginning. And also, she's the classic, like, I'm a virgin. So she's just like, every little thing, she's like, oh.
We know. That is one thing, like, it repeats. We get it. We know
We
you're
got
innocent.
it.
We
So
have
innocent.
figured out that you are innocent, and it's just a repeating theme.
She's an interesting character. Let me just tell you.
So before she agrees to wear it, she's sort of stuck in that room, and there's a bunch of books in there, and she realizes that like that must have been the healer's room before that, and so she's reading all these books, and she's getting little snippets of like what there was like a lot of studies being done on
Pretty horrific.
the wolves. Yeah, some of them are giving like very Nazi Germany, just like a lot of really terrible things
Yep.
were being done to them as a species to like figure out how they work and what's
Like,
happening
what would
with
happen
them.
if you poison, like what
Yeah.
happens to the body if you do this? And
So
that's my favorite part.
you also get a little bit more Fiona, who is the stable hand. She starts to become kind of that friend
Okay.
side character, and is showing up a lot more. So then, she finally she's bored, so she finally agrees to wear the collar so she can leave the room. I don't know what my camera's doing. This is what happens when your husband buys you fancy things you can't control.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was like something on my end that was doing that.
No, it's like, let me refocus. I don't know.
It can't handle your beauty.
No, I'm sure. That's what it is.
It's
I don't
like
know what
really
it's doing.
good
It's
about
got like all these settings, and I don't like. Hang on, watch. Where did it go? Look, I can flip it, and
Oh,
I can even turn it upside down. There's a million settings. I haven't played
Like,
with them.
what's this button do?
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh,
Anyways.
I have a raise hand option. What happens if I click that?
Oh, I get a notification that Catherine raised her hand. Like it's like school.
Oh, that's
Put
pretty.
it down, Catherine.
I'm
Put
gonna
it
Wait.
down.
I'm gonna randomly start doing that.
Wait, we can react. What happens if you react?
Oh, I bet that's emojis.
I think it
Let's
is
see.
Oh.
emojis.
Did
Oh,
you
I
guys
get
see
it.
it?
Did it come up on the screen for you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Heart, love it.
Oh my lord.
Anyway, sorry, Wolfing.
Millennials looking at new things.
So, she's wearing the collar. They have to pretend like they're together. He takes her out, and they like are chatting about what she kind of enjoyed before coming there, and she kind of talks about fashion and how she liked to sew dresses, which does come in handy. They notice Blake. Blake has some like weird like sensing something in the distance, and then all of a sudden Callum does the same. They can smell that group that was missing. They can smell all of them coming back, and they smell Ryan, and then they smell a lot of blood is what is described. So they go taking off towards that. Ryan is like super injured, like edge of death, torn up. Then we find out that Blake is the healer.
Which,
Ta-da!
I wasn't really surprised. We knew that's where that was going. The healer.
So I actually did not know that's where it was going.
I felt like he was. I mean, because
I thought it was-
just
I
because
thought Blake
Callum
was gonna
like,
be
"I hate the
something-"
healer, and then he was like, I hate Blake, and I'm like, Blake healer, same thing.
But I don't know.
I
it just-
didn't make the connection either, but I think it makes sense that he's some kind of weird. Like
It's
I just
just-
now he's like a morally gray nerd.
It
and
was
I love
just
it.
the
Like him with his
emphasis-
little like tinctures and
It was just the emphasis on him being like, I don't want you to get sick. I don't want you to get hurt. Remember when she walked around the woods without her shoes, and he was like, I don't want you to have to see our healer. He doesn't
Right.
like him. He flat out was like, he's a bad guy.
which is so
and then was
interesting.
protecting her from Blake. And I'm like, well, that's the same.
But then the first thing he does when he gets back is like, hey, let's go see Blake.
yeah.
I like it's like anyway.
It's like what, Catherine?
It's like, what, Catherine?
I don't know.
Spoiler, Catherine has also read the second book.
She didn't just finish this book. She finished the second book, which isn't even out in hardback. You have to like read it
You
on.
can only
Kindle
read it
or
on
something.
Kindle.
Like, I did not go that far. I did not.
5
Catherine's
stars.
like, I finished it, and we were like, oh. And then she's like, both of them, wait.
She's going to be holding in a lot
Yeah.
through the rest of this.
She knows more than we know. She's probably read the arc for the new one.
I haven't, but I am very excited for the third one because I didn't feel like it ended. It doesn't tie up neatly. Okay, like there's a lot that needs to get answered. But go ahead with our current chapters. I'm telling you, I was prepared, listeners, to lie to you and to come up with all kinds of unhinged theories and just really get in there. And she's just like, Catherine's read all of it.
Because you're fake.
It's okay.
That's
I'm
happening.
just joshing. Anyway,
I'm just
Okay.
gonna start saying things and just.
I figured
watch
it'd
her
just be easier if
facial
everybody
expressions.
knew. That way you can just be like, listen,
Yeah.
I can't tell you anything, but like, that's important.
We can come up with theories just
Don't-
watching her face and be like, "That's what happened." Like if I were to say,
I'm like
everybody
watching her
died,
face and I'm like, oh, that's important.
That didn't happen.
That was not what was happening.
any hoozle, let's keep going.
So one of the things I liked in this next set of scenes that happens as Blake's trying to treat Ryan and save him is like he encourages Aurora to start really thinking for herself and thinking about how to protect herself from the other wolves, because he's like, you know, what could do this to Ryan? What could hurt him this badly? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, he knows. So now we know that the room she's in used to be Blake's because he's the healer and that's the healer's room. All those books are in there. He's the one who wanted her in there with all of those books so she could read them. Within those books, you know, it talks about like what harms wolves, what can hurt them, you know, whatever. And so she does. She's like, oh, wolfsbane hurts them. And then you get the good girl line from Blake. And I was immediately like, well, Team Blake. There we go. But-
You just
You said you just wait.
There's another line that is said that I'm not kidding. I read that paragraph twice. And nothing crazy happens. It's just like the line, and I was like, okay. Okay. I see where we're heading, but maybe not. Who knows?
So Blake's working to heal Ryan. Aurora tries to get Becky, who's like Ryan's person, the one that he came to rescue from the castle. She's trying to get Becky out because she's kind of freaking out. In completely fair. Blake makes Aurora stay to help him and then makes Callum take Becky out, which I thought was hilarious. And he
Blake
has...
is a freaking... One thing that I do like about Blake is a lot of it isn't with him. He just seems to just really enjoy screwing with people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that just seems like his main personality trait is, this seems to bother you. Let me just press that button over and over and over just for fun.
Just
Like,
for fun.
and I love it. I'm here for it.
So Blake has her help him heal Ryan, has her sew him up, which makes me think that he could hear her talking to Callum about liking sewing up the dresses, whatever, because he has her sew up Ryan. And I was like,
I didn't even catch that, but you're right. I did not catch that. Maybe
because he wasn't even close to them. He was like a good ways away. So, yeah, interesting. Anyways, so as that scene's wrapping up, I'm watching Catherine's eyes because I'm like, what is happening?
Well, it ain't in this book, I'll tell you that. I don't know what she's thinking. I've at least read this book. I don't know.
So
what's
I'm
going on
trying.
in the second book.
As they're wrapping up Ryan's healing situation, Blake finds an envelope with a letter in it in his pocket, but it's addressed to Aurora. So she opens it, and it's from Sebastian. This was a good little twist, let me tell you. My jaw dropped when she got that letter, and it's from Sebastian. and he's wrote himself a little "I gave you a present" letter to let her know that he did this to Ryan and everything else, and it was for her. And I was like, ew.
Savage.
The author is doing, I don't know, you guys might know how much Sebastian plays a role in the rest of this book, but the author so far is doing a good job of making him a damn good villain, because I do not like him.
Yeah. I have not liked him since Jump Street.
Yeah. Like right off the bat. But that makes him extra villainy. Like that's a real no-no. Like that's a
He's a big villain, but you also end up having like a kind of secondary villain.
Oh.
Right? I'm right in this book. That happens in this book. I'm right. I'm so right. Hold on.
That doesn't mean you have to say it.
Oh, well, I don't really feel like that's a huge spoiler. It's just like, just don't trust a lot
There's
of
just
people.
a lot of people being bad.
Yeah. At least two.
After that, Aurora kind of does freak out, which, to be fair, I would probably be freaking out too if my betrothed sent me some shit like that. Like, no. And she offers to go back, which I was like, aw, a little self-sacrifice. Very brave. But Callum, of course, refuses. And then she's like, well, I'm supposed to be like an exchange anyways. You're going to exchange me for what you want. And she's like, what does it matter if it's now or later? And he's like, we'll figure something out. So I'm like, bro has already caught feelings. He is not going to trade her.
I don't think he would have traded her to begin with. I think on the way to this, wherever they're at, he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. Like
He's just too nice of a person. There's no way he could do it.
yeah. So I was like, oh, he's never going to, they'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Or he'll start a whole ass
I don't
war.
think trading her was
very
on
much
the table.
like as much as sometimes Callum's giving me some like red flags. Like I still think he's a good guy. I just think he's not the guy. But I do think he's very much a like I would burn the world down for her. So then we get the massage scene because she's sore from all her riding. There was so much of like where it's like I was like, I will say again, author did a good job because literally really nothing happens, and yet the tension was just like you're like something's gonna happen.
This author is so. I was telling her that like going through this book and the next book, okay? Like I mean, even when Spice inevitably happens, because then you move on to different types of it's probably the most infuriatingly slow burn probably ever. Like, but it's good.
Yeah,
Like it's
like
good. This is why I read 2 books in like 2 days.
But so
it's very good. Yeah. Sorry,
So he's doing the massaging. They both end up basically getting turned on, which he can smell. And then he like freezes.
Ew. But like
Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody smelling that. I'm like a little too self-conscious for that. Anyway, so his eyes shift. Like he doesn't shift completely into a wolf, but like his eyes shift into like the wolfy eyes. He ends up leaving. Like she tries to get him to stay. It's almost like she's almost like scientifically curious about it because she's like, "Let me see your eyes." And
that's not even fair. Like,
and then he ends up leaving. He knows like he's kind of losing control, and he leaves. She ends up having. So, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the author threw it in here, hoping you would read it and just fly by it. But I went back and read it multiple times because I feel like it's important. But he leaves. She ends up dreaming, like just a little spicy dream between her and Callum. And then in the dream, there are other wolf eyes watching her that are not Callum's wolf eyes, right? In the woods. Like there's eyes watching her, right? And I'm like, wait a damn minute. Because, and I probably would have done the same. I would have just flown by it, except the immediate next scene in the next chapter is Blake is at breakfast and he's going, "You look a little frustrated, Callum." And I'm like, that fucker was in her dreams.
Yeah.
Catherine, pop back in here.
I know. Look. Not in this book.
My theory is he's
Not
in her
this
head.
book. That's all I can say. Not in this book.
Take that theory.
Uh-huh. Put it in my pocket.
Yeah, hold on to it.
For the second book, not this book.
Because there's no way that that's a coincidence.
Dreams are a very prevalent theme coming up. Very prevalent.
But not in this book.
But not necessarily.
But not in this one.
They're not like, but not necessarily like. I'm not talking about spicy scenes, like spicy dreams, like just
Yeah.
dreams in general. Not to say there aren't spicy dreams, but like in general, dreams. It's actually it's God, it's so good. Sorry,
You're making me super excited. I want to hurry up and finish this one so I can read the next
it's
one.
it's very well done. I felt like
I think
so.
that the readers for the next week just finish it. Like, I don't know how many pages it's gonna be, but
Oh man, it's God, it's so good.
I already put out the schedule, y'all. Too bad.
It's okay. No, we're good.
Okay,
We got it.
we're good.
So
good.
that next morning at the breakfast table, then Robert also says that he reminds them that she has to earn her keep. She offers to work in the infirmary. And this is where I got probably my biggest red flag because that made the most sense for her. It would have been
And she
empowering
wanted
for
to
her.
do it.
It would have
Yeah.
given her something she enjoyed and something she was already showing that she was good at, and it would have been very useful. It would have been useful to the Wolf Clan, and it also would have been useful for herself.
And who said no?
And Callum says no and is like, work in the kitchen. In the kitchen. You might as well have just told her to get barefoot and pregnant. I was pissed. I was mad.
Yeah.
However, yes, I agree.
Yes.
I agree with you. But the mean lady in the kitchen, she comes back later.
So it does end up helping
I shouldn't
her.
have said that. I feel like that was a spoiler. I didn't say how, and it's not in a big way. It's just enough to where it's like,
You're like, it's enough where it's like, it's important that she should have been there.
yeah.
Is it important in this book though?
I don't know. They're all kind of like,
Like it's all blurring
Like,
together.
she's telling me stuff, and I'm like, in this book, no.
maybe not in this one. Maybe it's the next one. But I actually ended up really liking that lady. Like she like. But like I said, it's not in a big way. She's not a main character by any single stretch. But it's cool how she ties her in. I like her.
Okay. So then you've
But
got,
I agreed with you though because it made more sense for her to be in the infirmary.
I agree.
yes. So then you have the full moon coming.
She's a horrible cook.
She couldn't even like do potatoes. Like wrong place for her.
Boiling water's hard.
Anyway, so there's the full moon coming up, and she is told we get very much a Feyre at Cal and May. She's told to stay in her room
Oh yeah.
and not come out, right? And of course, what is going to happen? She's going to come out. So
Well, it's a little bit because she hears something, right?
she does. She hears
He
screams.
hears someone
'Cause I think
screaming bloody murder, and
'cause,
she's
like,
like, "Let me go check it out."
I'm pretty sure Feyre just got bored and was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, look at the party."
That would be me.
That looks so fun. Don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
No, I can't read or do anything.
Like, I can't read. What else am I gonna do?
So yeah, so homegirl hears some screaming. She thinks it's Ryan, which I mean, good assumption. And she's like, "I'm gonna go help," because
But at the same time,
she does a lot of self-sacrificing. So it's like
at
cool,
the same
whatever.
time, I'm
does.
like,
She's
it's
very sweet.
You know what's happening that night, and you hear screaming. You know that they're all
Yeah.
changing.
But I think
You hear
they were all
screaming.
down
I
by
feel
the
like-
bonfire for the most part. So, and she was left in the castle. So I do think and she knew Ryan was injured in the castle, and they were
He's
still treating
changing
him.
in the castle.
Yeah, I thought it was a little dumb, but
Someone was
also
changing
you got to
the
move the
castle.
plot forward. So
He was screaming, and I was right.
You know, y'all know that I typically struggle with the FMCs because I usually find them insufferable. I like Sarah Stain. I don't think she's insufferable, but by and large, a lot of times FMCs are written that way, like where you're just like, girl, what are you doing? But I do like her. I think that
like her. I think especially considering her background, I think she's doing really well.
Yeah.
I think that she's doing really well. I don't find her like.
I think she's brave without being stupid for the most part.
right.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she pushes back the right amount, you know.
Yeah. And I feel like
Yes.
it is very clear that
Well-
she cares about,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
other
just-
people because, you know, the fact that even with Ryan, she was so concerned about, you know, I don't know. I
she
do like her.
care. Yeah, like she has good qualities, and she's also still learning. You know, she has been sheltered for a bit, and she's thrown in this new world. She wants to be free, and she's still kind of
Well, and
learning her place.
You
and,
don't get a ton of the background, but you have to assume that what she's been told about the wolves and what she's learning about the wolves are going to be two very different things. So
exactly.
And I feel like she's handling it
She's
gracefully.
growing. Yeah, I feel like she's growing.
So she hears screams. She thinks it's Ryan. She goes to run to help him. Goes to the room where the screaming's coming from. Not Ryan, Blake, and just his breeches. No shirt, a shit ton of scars. So they don't explain that at all. I'm sure that's going to come up later.
Well, and yeah.
But then
I'm like, is
You
it in
know,
this
well,
So- here's what makes me think Blake is going to be Endgame. It makes me Team Blake because we already got the good girl. He doesn't have a ton of lines, but he has some of the best lines. Okay, he has the good girl line. He has the where he's teaching her about the wolves and how to hurt them and protect herself with the wolfsbane. Putting the just like the very subtle putting her in the room with all the books so she can educate herself. Then we get fuck it, which here's my only thing. So I'm assuming he was screaming, and I'm like, was he trying not to shift? And I'm assuming that it's painful that he's trying not to shift. Catherine, slowly.
you have to. I will say you have to keep reading.
Okay. Because, like, again, I'm over here, I'm like, yeah. I'm assuming he was screaming, and I'm assuming
In the
he's
next few
screaming because
chapters.
he's the only one who hasn't shifted yet. And then he says, fuck it, and he just shift. Well, he doesn't fully shift. His eyes change. He tells her to run, and then he shifts, and he chases her, and there's this whole chase scene. But then as he's chasing her, even she realizes he's hurting her. He's hurting her in specific directions, which innocent little her, she thinks
Catherine
he's
on the trail.
she thinks he's like the bad guy. So she's like, oh, he's hurting me to get me away to attack me. But I could pretty much tell he's hurting her to get her away from all the other wolves where she'd be in danger. So he herds her into this clearing, and then he knocks her down, and then he licks her face. And then Callum shows up, and that's sort of where in wolf form and just growls, and while she's trying to fight him off,
What a
fight,
cliffhanger.
and then that's the clip. That's where we end this set of chapters. That's the clip.
That's where some of us end.
So my theory, which some of you have maybe spoiled for me a little bit, was that Blake was not trying to hurt her. Because I felt like it was the author did a decent enough job that if you were paying any sort of attention, he really wasn't trying to hurt her. He was trying to get her away from the other wolves. And if he wanted to attack her, he would have just attacked her. So,
I would agree with that.
like, I feel like him, like, wallowing basically all over her and licking her is just him, like, protecting her.
But also doing things to spite
Piss off.
Callum.
Well, yeah,
You know
and
what I
it's
mean?
pissed off Callum.
Yeah.
Like two birds, one stone.
Like-
You're
Yeah.
safe. He's mad. Love it.
Yeah. like he's gonna be so mad. I'm just rubbing myself all over you, sir.
I want to say, I couldn't find it, but is there Well, you guys aren't going to remember because you read so damn far ahead. Because I was like,
I can.
I
What is
remember.
it? What is it? What is it, girl?
because when she was reading, did she read something about half wolves? Am I remembering that correct?
I
Perhaps.
don't know if she read it.
Because my
That's
theory
the
is that
question.
she's human now, but she's like part wolf.
What would give you that impression?
Oh no.
But other than that, I mean, I have like, I know just from the hype online that this is supposed to be like a love triangle. I think it's very clear that it's going to be a Blake and Callum love triangle. I am Team Blake. I think Blake should be endgame. I don't know if that's going to be the case.
I talked to someone not that long ago. I was in a live with Bree, and they were saying that they were Team Callum, and I was like, really?
Really? I think it's going to be an Edward Jacobs situation here.
Well, I think that a lot of people are probably just getting tired of the blonde versus dark haired trope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And always choosing the second one, not the first.
Well,
My
and always choose. I
thing-
feel like we always do choose sort of that morally
It's-
gray
Yeah.
character over the traditionally good,
The
nice
shadow
guy.
daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people are finally.
And Callum
like-
is actually so far, like in a lot of ways, he is a nice guy. But
I
he
just
also,
want him to be decent and not turn out to be a Tamlin at this point.
yeah.
You know?
But I do feel like he's a little overly possessive. Even this early, they're not together, but he's very
He-
He's not just protective; he's possessive of her.
If I was dating him, there would be some issue. Like I would be like,
Don't
no,
tell me
I'm
what to
definitely
do.
not working in the kitchen. You know, ain't nobody putting me in the kitchen. So like,
I feel like
happening.
I feel like he's a nice guy that doesn't really know how to maybe handle his emotions, and I think that he knows what environment she came from, and he saw her. While he saw her exhibit a lot of bravery when she went down to the kennels, he also understands like her position. He understands, you know, what kind of. I mean, she was obviously very. While she was down there, it's not like she was unaffected. Like, I think that he does view her after that as someone who needs protecting, even when at some point she might need less of it. So I feel like a lot of that maybe probably attributes to the possessiveness too. And he has no. There are.
But also, men in kilts are hot. Point for Callum.
Point for Callum.
Love their accents. I'm loving the vibes. Loving the Scottish Irish.
I do like the accent that they kind of like have given him. I think
And that's
cool.
what I'm hearing. I just, I do.
I don't really have
do
any
prefer-
guesses as to Blake's what he is because I feel like he's more than just a healer too. Like I think there's got to be more going on there, especially with him. He doesn't dress like the others. I still don't understand he's the most dangerous one because even just being a healer wouldn't make him that. Like I feel like there's got to be more to his background. I was gonna say, so how are we liking it, everybody? But obviously, you guys loved it because you finished it super
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. So the
I am
reason
enjoying
why-
it. It's a very fast read. I really like how
It's a
the
fast
au-
read. There is so much ambiguity though. Like, and it's through both books. That's why it's so hard to put it down because you're like, but what does that mean? But what does that mean? But what does it mean? And then you just keep
Well,
going.
and-
And it seems like the more answers you get, the more questions you get, or the more like, or the more the question expands. I don't know how to.
That could be a good thing though,
Like-
since it's 3 books because you don't want each one neatly tied up. You want
It's not at
you
all.
want to keep going. You want.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a good balance where you don't. There's like foreshadowing. It's not. Some give it away. They'll basically tell you. I don't feel like she does that, but she makes it very obvious to even the vibiest of readers that if you're paying attention, you're going to catch stuff. So when it comes up later, you're not like, oh, that's a big shock,
Right.
you know?
And the theories are not far-fetched. I mean, you can kind of guess.
Forget
based
everything I
off
said in
of
the make
everything
department.
else that you've read.
forget
this
all
kind of
that.
follows that. I mean, it's your typical romantasy vibe. If you have read this type of stuff before, those themes are gonna bleed over into this. So I feel like our theories and Mary's theories, although some of my questions have been answered, they're spot on because you know the genre, you know the stuff. So it's good. It's just a good vibe. It's fun. It's a good read. Is it perfect? No, but it doesn't need to be. The vibes are vibing.
The way that it is written is just so interesting because I feel like your main characters are pretty complex, and it's like there's more and more that just kind of gets kind of peeled back the more that you read, and it's very well done. I feel like the characters are written very beautifully, and including the side characters.
She's very good at writing the interactions between the characters and creating that. I don't always like now that we're into it and she's stopped having to do as much world building to it's more character driven anyways. She doesn't do a ton of world building anyways. It's more just like giving you kind of a drive-by snippet and then letting your brain take over. I don't love her narrative all the time, like her narration
Right.
for when you're doing just the world building anyways. So I actually do love because her as a writer, where she shines, is writing the dialogue and the character interactions and those scenes. And so since that's what's driving this plot, I'm flying through it and I'm loving those scenes.
It almost, just because I've been in like Stranger Things mode, it almost reminds me as you progress through it a little Stranger Thingsy, not like in the way, like not aliens, not stuff like that, but where there are these like little subtle, like a flash of this, a whatever of that, and you're like, what? And then like it comes back later, and you're like, oh, like wow, like it, like that kind of a thing. How like you have those.
And I will say, whoever did her cover design, 10 out of 10. No notes. Fantastic.
I love
Fantastic.
it. And
It fits the theme. It fits everything. It's not, yeah.
it's pretty.
It's pretty.
It's probably one of the one of the prettiest books I bought this year.
I also kind of like that she's a little stumpy. Like she's just,
She's just cute.
yeah.
I like this. This
really
would
good.
make a great tattoo. I think
I'm
it's
gonna be
great.
really pissed though if the Night Prince is a different size.
Oh, no.
No, don't break it. Don't put it out in the universe.
Because I'm
You
gonna
better
wear-
take that back.
Take it back, Catherine.
Knock on some wood.
I said that I'd be pissed. Because I'm gonna need a physical copy of it too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need this whole series.
So
When does the physical of the Night Prince come out?
I want to say it's. Hold on. Night.
are we going to add that to our reading option?
February 10th.
Oh, that's coming up soon. Cool.
Yep.
Super excited. We have lots of books to read this year.
Yes.
I still have a lot of books I was supposed to read this year that I'm going to read next year.
What did everybody finish 2025 with, book-wise? How many?
Oh, my devotionals. I finished that this morning. I finished.
Are you asking how many?
I
Yes.
finished this yesterday and The Secret Life of Bees yesterday. I tidied up and I finished Golden Sun yesterday. So
She made it to
This
freaking
one-
80 books.
I finished everything yesterday except this one
80?
because it was Wednesday. I finished my devotional. Yep, for the year.
I'm so mad because
She's working
Grant-
2 jobs and finished 80 books. I ain't doing shit. And I'm like, finished 62. I think I got to 62.
Granted, this year has been really difficult for me, but I did not come close to my goal. I read 30 books. That's all I read.
High five. That's good. I love it.
And I saw yours, and I was like, crap. And then she told me yours, and I was like, dang it. Like, it's okay. 2026, baby. We're going to do better.
What saved me this year was audiobooks, because I was driving back and forth between Asheville and Weaverville so much, Asheville and Danville so much, and then we were doing like ball prep and everything else, and I could just audiobook a lot in between.
I guess I need to start doing audiobooks. That's probably my problem.
I mean, just, you know, see,
I don't really drive anymore.
audiobooks really don't get me ahead. I can be on one book for an audiobook for like 2 months. You know, sometimes
do it
I'm
while
like,
you're knitting.
I'm only doing like 20 minutes.
Just listen to your audiobook while you're knitting.
You could do audiobook while you, crochet. Knit. Crochet and knit.
Ooh, did you guys watch that podcast, or not the podcast, the documentary I told you to watch?
Not yet.
I haven't yet because I've been watching freaking Stranger
Wait,
Things.
You
What
have
is-
to watch it. It's a ride, man. Me and Chuck watched it, and we were like, he wasn't even gonna watch it. He was like surfing, and it's kind of hilarious
What's
because
the
there's
name of it?
it was like Murder in Monaco. There's like an aristocratic woman, and she's like super quirky. She should be her own book character. I swear to God. Chuck thought it wasn't real. He thought it was like fictional at first. Like it was just like a mockumentary. Like it was like them doing a fiction documentary, and then realized it was real. And he was like, "This is amazing."
So, Murder in Monaco. Ooh, recently added.
And then wait, you have to watch it all the way to the end, because at first you're like, you've got questions, and then the end hits, and you're like, what the?
It's rated TVMA.
I'm not sure
I'm excited because the finale of... Also, listeners, we pre-record this, so when you watch this, all of this will have happened. But the finale for Stranger Things in 1 hour
That's tonight.
tonight.
Are you caught up?
I
Stranger
am all
Things?
caught up. I'm ready. I'm
We're all
ready.
caught up.
What
I
are
am
you-
ready.
I'm-
And I've let my husband watch football all day, so I can watch Stranger Things tonight.
Is he not watching Stranger Things
Is he
with
not
you?
a Stranger Things dude?
So we watched all 4 seasons together, but the 5th season he has not watched yet, and I figured we just go back and rewatch it together.
Okay.
There's probably going to be things that you'll find that you missed. I'm over
Yeah.
here like, I watched Stranger Things, and I'm like, am
We're
I a
physicists
scientist?
now.
Yeah.
We're physicists.
I was like, give me some beakers and a lab coat, man.
Squamer, watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Coming for your job.
We like walk in and be like, I would like to apply for
We
head
know about
physicist.
exotic matter.
Physics. It's like Ken doll. Like my job is beach, but physics. But what do you do?
I could make a
Physics.
roller coaster, a marble roller coaster. Give me some cardboard. I had to do that in. Sorry, the charger just came out of the. I had to do that in physics when I was in high school. That was all I really remember from physics, actually, and some math. I couldn't do the math.
I just remember all the experiments, and they were like kind of like cheesy experiments.
We had to do
I
that.
rather. So
Drop it.
I actually physics I did not have a hard time with.
I got a B.
As far as like the grade and like getting through the tests and stuff. It was kind of, I don't know, it wasn't as fun of a class. I had the same teacher as I did for chemistry, but chemistry, I struggled bust through chemistry. There was so much math.
I know, and then when you actually do the
there was-
job, it's not even.
And there's a lot of
just
memorizing,
plug in
like,
the
of
numbers.
stuff. But the experiments in chemistry, way more fun. The amount of stuff we got to, like, we would, like, cook shit on the Bunsen burners. We'd come in, and our teacher would be like, today we're making grilled cheese.
Ooh, I love a grilled cheese.
But then, like, well, in
Have you
real
seen that
life,
girl
it
on
kind
social media
of
that makes
is.
grilled cheese?
I mean, you're just testing stuff. It's not. I mean, it's boring.
She was a chemist.
I mean, you honestly, it's much like cooking. It's probably why I'm so anti-cooking right now. But you have this sheet,
You could make
a
a grilled cheese.
procedure, and you follow the steps, and sometimes you're putting things in ovens for X amount of time. Sometimes you're mixing things together. And you're making things. A lot of the times you're just mixing and you're popping stuff in an instrument.
I mean, it
and
makes
letting
sense
it
because
do
that's
its
kind of
thing.
how sourdough is. It's a lot of just trial and error
It's-
and playing
it's
with the ratios and the time and
Yeah, I don't know. It gets monotonous and tedious.
I got a honey cranberry almond sourdough going right now that I'm super excited for.
I bet that's delicious.
Right. So we finished chapters 16 through 30, which means we will be doing chapters 31 through 45 next week.
Some
The
of
girls
us-
are like, we've already read it.
I will probably go back through and
Reread.
And reread it.
get kind of where I need to be on it.
So
Through
we'll be
45,
covering.
you said?
Yes.
Okay.
It gets good.
Wait, we're reading 45?
Yes.
Okay, so we're stopping at 46.
Yes.
Okay.
It is so good.
So it'll be through page, what was that, 339? I just like saw it and it was like the last sentence was like, it's time to meet the Wolf King. And I was like, oh, he finally shows up, huh?
Oh, yeah, James.
James.
So join us next week for continued saga of the Wolf King with probably more spoilers of what is to come. But
think I did.
it'll be a good time. So we will see everybody next week. Bye.